What is up, guys? Alright, we are back. Okay, controller disconnect immediately. Cool. Alright, are we back? Do I need to... Okay, one sec. And we're back. Okay, cool. So, here we are again. It's been a minute, but, we are apparently doing some stuff in Mount Gelmer. I've beaten Radon. And, alright. So, this is like a relatively new save. So I'm probably like, what, level 65, which is not... That's fine. Nothing crazy. Have I beaten Renala? Yes. So... Looks like I've avoided... No, I've been in the Altus Plateau as well. Okay, let's just, let's start moving around a little bit. Let's get some spots on the map. Because also, I actually don't think I have much equipment right now. And I'm really kind of trying to go for a like a strength faith build, which I guess I'm sort of mostly faith right now. Okay, so let's try to go get a waypoint real quick and maybe take some of these guys out. I think that there might... I'm trying to remember where some good faith gear would be. Oh, really good strength faith gear, or strength faith item would be Godslayer's greatsword. And go get that. So let's... There we go. I don't know why that wasn't something that occurred to me sooner. Alright. Let's see. Need to use my map to find this enormous tower. So we need to go not to the top of this tower, although, you know, we can. Going to the top of this tower wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Oh god. But what we want to do is really go down, because at the bottom is where Godslayer's greatsword is. I'm trying to remember how to get down there. So you need to... This place is like a whole puzzle. I guess it always is, right? So that was nice and simple. These towers, based on some stuff I've looked up, or rather, based on some symbols. Let's see, right. Oh, right here, actually, right next to me. I don't even have to really. These symbols, particularly these like kind of this diamond kind of looking shape here, is all over the Giant's Forge. There's also some other symbols here that are found on the Giant's Forge. So I'm pretty sure that these divine towers were built by the Giants. And I think that they were divine because they all of them have this stuff, this molten, like this whatever weird rock thing on the side of them. And I think that that was molten metal that sort of... If you look at the side of the Giant's Forge, it looks pretty much the same, at a certain point, like you can see, or rather, you can see some like dripping sort of metal that looks like that. And I think that oh god, I think that's oh wow, that was lucky. So I think that's because they were both forges. And there's an item in this game that says something like the smithing was once considered divine. So I think that's why they're called divine towers. They might have been like repurposed later on with like by the Two Fingers or something, but I think that they were originally made as forges. Trying to remember how to get inside the tower. Like, I think I need to go down and then up. Well, I clearly haven't been there because I don't have that item. Whoops. Okay, wow, that was a little bit tense. A little close there. It's been a minute since I've played, I guess. Because every time I wanted to block, I just started casting, which was not ideal. Is there... There's nothing here. But there is, I think... Yeah. This staircase might be able to get me where I want to go. No, this is the beginning. Wow. Ha ha ha. Great. Awesome. Hooray. I love being back at the beginning. Okay, so I think what I actually need to do is move down here first. Oh god, oh my god, no, that's it. That's okay. Oops. Alright. Attempt number 2. Let's hope this one's a little smoother. Well, that's an interesting... Okay, I'm gonna get a little closer to make sure that this pattern renders first. But then, I really want to check out... Not this, but that just kind of... Just little swirls. Little swirls. This is what I wanted to look at. Because you can kind of see this in certain places on the inside of the tower. Or sorry, there might be a couple places you can kind of see it from like the ground floor of certain towers, but this is like really the best view you can get of it. Like it's pretty clear. There might be one at the top of the tower, but it's kind of smoky or something. Anyway, a lot going on here. Looks like 2 heads on the side here. What looks like fish bodies kind of being mirrored here, and then some kind of strange young, I don't know, infantile kind of creature in the middle, maybe like a beast or a dragon or something. I'm not really sure. And then all the stuff surrounding them. I don't know if this is supposed to represent sort of like maybe this is a snake scale actually. They can make maybe those are snakes, because I kind of feel like the snakes might have had something to do with the giants as well. The snakes, the immortal snake existed before Rykard. Rykard just sort of uh, became like the next sort of person that tried to control it, or rather that was associated with it. I don't know if everyone necessarily fed themselves to the snake, but there are other people that I think that have not necessarily used the snake's power, but like allies had become allies with it. Maybe like in the same way that like I kind of consider the snake, the immortal serpent, as a like it's probably sort of like an envoy beast for whatever outer god it happens to serve. Maybe the um, formless mother. I don't know. Because it does have a lot to do with like family and blood and blah 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 blah. Where? Okay, so I guess I need to go up here. Okay, just trying to. I could cheat and like sort of just use the camera to plan out the route, but one second. Oh, so there's also lions on the side, or what appears to be lions, like beasts along the side, which is whoops, which is interesting. Because, well, I guess that thing that we saw earlier was potentially a beast as well. I guess I'm not really sure what to make of that, because we know that the beasts were given intelligence by the ancient dragons, but probably not. That's supposed. I thought that's where I already went. All right, let's try it. Wow, no idea what I was just talking about. It's fine. Oh, so right. I know that the ancient dragons gave the beasts intelligence, but my rune's back. That doesn't necessarily mean, that they were created by the ancient dragons, of course. Oh my god, I almost just died right away again. That was... Whew. Alright. And that's almost enough runes to level up, too. Oh yeah. Been watching a lot of that Fargo, yeah? So... got that that Minnesota accent kind of stuck in my head. Okay, so I think this is the way. No. No. So maybe I need to go down from here. Let's see. Whoops, 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 whoops. Okay, thank God that ended up going my way. I mean, all as I planned. Okay, so I think maybe I should try jumping down here. Okay. So yeah, I was not going to the right place. I think, just to start with. Okay. That's fine. At least I'm on torrent and I can kind of try to figure this out relatively fast. A lot of cheating is still sort of... Yeah, so I think all this, though, is molten metal. I think it is... they... Just like they did for the forge on the mountaintops, they cracked the forge and let all the metal spill down the side. Something... you can kind of see it. I mean, you can see it much more easily when you're actually there, of course. Okay, so I'm pretty sure did I already check out both of these? Let's see if there's like a third ladder. Is there another ladder? Okay. So we are at... Yeah, no secret ladders. So it's just those two. Okay, so we're making progress. I think I have these two levels, like, pretty much figured out. I think that this one is what I need to use, but that might be wrong, considering I keep getting stuck. Yeah, I keep getting stuck when I use this ladder, I guess, so I'm gonna go up the other one. See what happens. Oh, I see. So it actually takes me slightly higher. Gotcha, so that is the right way. I know that there's two guys after me right now, but just couldn't be bothered. Why bother? Okay, so now that I'm pretty sure that this is the right floor, this is the right place, I don't think this is the direction I need to be going in. Yeah, okay. Just double checking on that. I need to go around the tower in the other direction. That is my problem. That's what I keep doing wrong. There we go. Found that ladder. Yeah, so I have to imagine, like, if the forge... Why were the forges considered divine? And, like, could, metals like gold have kind of been, and silver, have both sort of been linked to life, or at least, something imitating life, in silver's case? So it just kind of makes me wonder if the forge was something that created life, especially since the term crucible of life is used all the time and is usually associated with beasts. And the crucible is also a container that you melt metals in. Yeah, like for forging, and like what's dripping down the side of the tower here. So there's really no way to know, though. Like, honestly, there's not, like, we just can't know. That stuff kind of looks like stars. Again, no idea. Alright, let's pick up Radahn's rune, finally. Sorry, Great Rune. Give it the respect it deserves. Or rather, the Great Rune's benediction. Thank you. Cool. My favorite one is Morgoth's, though, if I'm being honest. Oh, that's right, they're in the items. Radahn was amongst the children of Renal and Radagon, who became demigod stepchildren after Radagon's union with Queen Marika. Great Rune burns to resist the encroachment of the Scarlet Rot. I am still firmly in the camp that, basically the currency in every game is souls. I think that runes are souls. So I think that these great runes are demigod souls. I think that is basically kind of a big part of what's going on in terms of, you know, it seems like their identity is linked to these runes. Like if something changes in their identity, who they are, the runes reflect it. And I feel like a soul would, you know, as something that is, I feel like a soul is something that kind of gives you your identity. I'm pretty sure in these games it is what contains your actual memories. Your soul is kind of just like a collection of your memories. Which is also kind of sort of what souls are in other FromSoft games. Like, memories and souls are pretty tightly linked, or at least they are in Bloodborne. I don't really remember how closely tied they are in Dark Souls, but Soldiers then. Finally, some action. Ooh, nice. Not even mad. Radahn's is great for more complex builds, but Morgoth's is raw power, although for new game +1 cycles, I'd say Godric's is the best. That's fair. Also, what's up, Sylvan Hikari? But yeah, Godric's Great Rune is just really, it is really nice to kind of have those like bonus stats all around. I don't know. My brain just likes all the extra health. Maybe it's not the most optimal thing to do. I don't know, maybe I should just try Godric's Rune and like stop being weird about it. All right. It's like riding a bike. If anything, I kind of feel a little bit more clear-headed. I kind of feel like I was rushing a lot of the time I was playing before. It's nice to kind of take a break from stuff and then come back to it. It's not the right way to go. It's the way. Some of this iconography in terms of like, you know, so I'm pretty sure these are meteorites, by the way. And this sort of, these symbols around it are those symbols that I was talking about on the outside of the tower that are also found on the forge. So I think that meteorites and metals from the sky and giants were all very closely intertwined, and I think that these divine towers were forges. They might have forged, stuff from meteoric metal. I don't know. Let's see. But also, what I was saying, was in the middle of thinking a second ago, was this sort of looks like Crucible Knight armor, like the sort of way it's twisting kind of branches and um, overlapping stuff like that. It's just a kind of a really similar pattern. It might be totally unrelated, but I have already. Okay, well, I have already made a couple analogies between the Crucible and forges and stuff. So maybe I shouldn't be so quick to dismiss myself. Okay, something gonna drop on me? I need to roll here. No. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. This is a roll, though. Okay, what's next? Do I jump to that? That would be a tough jump. Jumping to that is not as tough. Alright, alright. Doing good so far. Also, let's equip, just for this fall... Oh, I don't have it. Ugh. I'll find it later. I was gonna equip the reduced fall damage thing. Alright. And that I should be good for a level up, and just before the boss too. So that's nice. Let's go ahead and open up that door. Oh wait, there's a flame monk here, right? Oh, I think I gotta. All right. Well, let's just. So there are 3 black flame monks in the entire game. By the way, 2 of them are here in this tower. One of them is on Mount Gelmer in front of the Temple of Iglay. Ooh, that was so close. Anyway. Runark. Sorry, I always think like Roadhouse when I see a Runark. Don't know why. Probably because my brain is broken. Right, so there's 3 Black Flame Monks in the game. I am... One of them, like, the third one is on Mount Gelmer, in front of the Temple of Iglay, and I think that is probably because they have something to do with snakes. It's possible that the Giant's Flame is different from the Black Flame, though, and that's kind of something that really kind of... grinds my gears, you feel? It's a gear grinder. I really hope I don't die and lose these runes. Thought I was done with this. Wasn't, I am done with this. So did I not? I don't think I went the right way. Okay, so this is not anything. This Black Flame Monk was blocking this way to I try to go... I guess I should try to move forward from... Oh, okay, I see, I see. That was just where I was supposed to go. I think he might just be interested in learning from the Godskin Noble in the temple. But if you think about it, like, the Godskin... So, like, you know, the Godskins in general, like, their whole thing is they're wearing the skin of these gods, probably for similar reasons to, you know, sort of like those what are they called? The Deathbird Assassins, the, Raven Guard, Raven Mount Assassins. I think that they're sort of trying to emulate the gods and dress as the gods, also sort of like the Drake Knights, to sort of gain their power, but they're using skin to do this. And what is above the altar that we fight the Godskin Noble at but snakeskin? You know, this sort of reverence of skin and the shedding of skin, and like, there's a lot of things about skin and you know, exchanging skins or wearing skins, I guess, that you can relate to snakes. And the Godskins also have some serpentine features in some ways. Like, there are the Godskin Apostle has some moves that are in common with the way it stretches out is really similar to the Serpent Men and the whoops. And the Godskin Nobles actually have a tail. Like a snake tail, too. So I am pretty sure that the Godskins had something to do with, like, a snake at some point. Especially since you know, I think that the snake was something that existed before Rykard, and Rykard just sort of is the latest iteration of that snake. Absolutely, I love those design choices. Oh yeah, same. Me too. I have... oh, and I guess we'll get to see some of them now, right here. I should have leveled up. This is also one of my favorite songs in the entire game. That move is very similar to Spinning Weapon, which is a signature move of the Carian princesses. There's also a lot of things that kind of, in my opinion, suggest that they might have something to do with the Carians. Because they're all in places that are sort of associated with Carians. One is at this Divine Tower, which is Radahn's. One is at the Divine Tower in front of Ranni's body. One is at the Temple of Iglay in Mount Gelmir. The only one that doesn't match, that isn't related to the Carians in any explicit way, is the one at the windmill place. That one is honestly just like a huge mystery to me. But I do think that the windmill there, or the windmill village, has something to do with the blue dancer or the blue fairy or whatever, because the women that play a special role. First of all, it's only women that kind of are given this special role in the festival, and I'm pretty sure that because the blue dancer used a flowing weapon, like the Nox flowing weapons, I think that they were like Nox or early Nox or something like that. Let's use the only sacrificial twig we have. It's fine, we'll get more. So the women that play a central role in that festival wear blue specifically, which, and they dance. They're dancing, obviously, like it's kind of like their whole thing. It's like the windmill dancers or whatever. Sorry, trying to remember my train of thought. Let's level up this time. Yeah, let's get some more health, because I kind of just felt like I was getting steamrolled a tiny bit there. Oh, right. So, yikes. Maybe, damn it. I want to say there's something else that makes me... Oh, right. So, the Carians have a lot of connections to the Nox, and the Windmill Village seems to have some weird connection to, like, you know... The Nox also regard women as sort of... It seems to be, like, sort of a matrilineal society, which is also probably what the Carian royal line was, since there are Carian princesses, but not really any Carian princes mentioned. Alright, yeah, look at some of these backstabs. Nice. Respectfully disagree with your take on demigod souls being the equivalent of their essence. I think they're more akin to the Lord's souls from Dark Souls 1, which weren't the actual essences of the Lords, but rather great sources of power that were then transformed by their essence. When a man is being... In Dark Souls 2, we find souls as essences for almost every character. The thing about souls in Elden Ring is less clear to me. The mausoleums are meant to duplicate the souls of people, especially demigods, but what you do is duplicate the remembrances. First of all, I think that, you know, I said it like, it comes down to, like, you know, the soul is like your identity or whatever, and that was very reductive of me to say, because I kind of think that it is like a three-part, you know, the body, mind, and soul is like a whole thing. For instance, we know that the D twins, they shared one soul, but they had two minds and two bodies. So, like, whether they were two different people is sort of arguable, but I do think that they shared memories and they shared a soul. Because however the Darius, I don't remember which, the one that's not sleeping, however he's killed, he will go after the person that killed him. Like, if you kill him early at some point, D, and then you give his armor to his sleeping twin will wake up, and if you come back later, he'll attack you because you killed his brother. How would he know that? If Fia kills him, you give him his armor, he goes after Fia. He knows who killed his brother no matter what, and I think that that's because the soul carries the memory. But they have different names. So, like, they're both D, but their minds and their bodies still differentiate them. So it's hard to kind of, like, I think that what exactly constitutes who you are and your identity is, like, a lot more complicated in Elden Ring. And I think that that's, like, a big part of, like, how they get around this whole thing with, like, you know, you can't kill a god, but you can fundamentally change it into something entirely different, and that's basically the same as death. Like, I think that's why Scarlet Rot works. Because Scarlet Rot doesn't kill you, it just breaks you down and then rearranges you into, like, something else. So, it doesn't violate the Golden Order in any way, because it's not really death, it's sort of, it's rebirth. I think something literally says it's the process of rebirth. It's like the poison gas. I probably don't have it. Yeah. The poison cloud incantation says something about how rot is like an actual representation of rebirth. So, like, yeah, to say that it's their essence is not, I think, accurate or totally. I do think it represents, like, their memories and, like, their souls, but I definitely think that, like, who they are, you know, it's hard to, oh god, I did not need to heal there, I don't know why I did that. I guess, you know, I don't know what you mean by essence. That's a whole other discussion we could probably get into. Mind and soul are definitely separate. Like the dung eater physically rips off Boggart's soul from his body, but he still has his personality before dying. Right. Yes, exactly. Because a huge difference between the two D twins is their I don't want to say mindset because that feels a little too on the nose, but their emotional states. The D that we're used to is calm and like almost monotone constantly. You never hear him go above just sort of like, hello, how are you? This is like, it's almost like droning. The other D is a ranting, raving fanatic. His emotional state is entirely different. So I think that the mind has something to do with your emotions, which, your emotional reactions to something define who you are in a different way than like, so I think they have the same memories, but they react to those memories differently because of their minds. It's kind of how I see it, and that's what makes them different people. And I think the soul's also in the heart. There's like several things that make me think. I don't totally remember all of them off the top of my head, but I think one of them is the way that primal glintstones kind of seem like they're meant to. You have to stab a heart, and they seem like they're supposed to be hearts. I'm gonna come back to this place too because I don't know if I'm like ready. My character is wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. Um. So yeah, I think that the soul is like your memory essentially, and your mind is that's kind of where your emotions are. And I think that that's also why something says, like, I think it's the Baldekin's blessing. In death, there can be no sensation. I think that that's because, when you die, your soul separates from your body, and without your mind, you don't have any emotions. I think that that literally means, like, you can't feel anything in death in Elden Ring. Them's the breaks. I think the thing that might make gods immortal is they might have some sort of connection between the mind and the soul that's like unbreakable or sort of immutable. But there are still ways to sort of like, rearrange those parts into something else to sort of make who they were no longer exist, which is still a kind of death. Like there are things worse than death, for sure. And some of those things are only possible if you can't die. But welcome to a special kind of hell. But yeah, it doesn't quite make sense. It wouldn't quite make sense, I guess, for Boggart's soul to be like in his heart if his heart was ripped out. I don't know, but who knows how the hell dying and hearts and whatever work in this game. Oh, you have something to say? I don't remember this quote.
Spoken echoes of Queen Marika linger here as well. Shall I share them with you?
Sure.
In Marika's own words.
Oh, this is the thing about
hear me,
be whatever you want.
My children, beloved, make of thyselves that which ye desire. Be it a lord.
Like Rykard being fused with Iglay.
But should ye fail to become aught at all,
yes, exactly. I think that
be forsaken, amounting only.
I think so. I think that Rykard. So when you, I think that what happened with. Sorry, I'm kind of, my brain's having like 5 million. My brain's going a mile a minute. So Dragon Communion, I think, works very similarly to however the serpent eats people, which makes sense because serpents seem to have like a pretty close connection to dragons in a lot of Souls stuff and other kinds of stuff. So when Dragon Communion, you eat of a dragon, and then the dragon kind of starts to overtake you, and you lose who you were, and you become this sort of worm, this sort of thing that's not quite a dragon and not quite a person, but mostly dragon. So I think that Rykard understood that if he was eaten, he would also kind of like, you know, if he had eaten the snake, for instance, the other way around, he would have become he would have kind of been overcome by the snake's personality. I think he knew that if he was eaten, the snake would kind of, yeah, like take on his personality. The problem was their personalities kind of like fused rather than staying distinct. And so Rykard's ideals remained the same, but were kind of just sort of twisted by what the serpent would have wanted. And so he was sort of the same person, but really kind of not. And I don't think he like necessarily accounted for that. I think he maybe hoped that like what he wanted and his will and his personality would kind of like be able to overcome the serpent or something, but it didn't happen. Because I think the thing is just literally a force of nature potentially. And Rykard is also like, you'll notice there's a few demigods that when after they're fought, like they don't go away, and they can still even talk to you for a while, and they're like their bodies don't fade away. That's Godric and Morgott, and Rykard, and they all seem to have this weird sort of and they all seem to have this weird sort of immortality, I think. The really scary thing about the serpent, though, is that those aren't even like there are more serpent eggs in the background of that image where Rykard's being eaten. You can actually see two other, like there's a hatched egg and two unhatched eggs. You also might see there, he's using Fia's Death Mist. That is, like, he literally, the incantation that he's using is called Fia's Death Mist. So, I don't know if these things have something to do with... This is also a totally unique group of people. I don't think anyone else in the game, there's not another misbegotten, or not misbegotten, there's not another omen in the entire game that uses death incantations like that, as far as I know. And they don't wear hoods either. Okay, there is. Twiggy cracked tear. Oh my god, that is my favorite cracked tear. For real. The most cracked tier. Let's go get the map. Now that we got our no more consequences item, we can relax a little bit. Physic. Where is it? Briefly stop rune loss on death. Yes. It lasts for, I think, 2 minutes, but 2 minutes is a really long time, a lot longer than you might think. It'll last for as long as you would ever need it to last. He probably became blasphemous because of his work as... Oh god.
Smoldering with that wretched flame of ambition.
Interesting. So I wanted to do this before the symbol on the ground disappeared. I think that was the ancient Erd Tree sigil. I never totally understood what the hell's happening here. Anyway, probably became blasphemous because of his work as Praetor. He saw stuff going on with the Golden Order, but the idea of devouring the gods probably came with the serpent. Something said like, or the person that gives, there's a ghost in Mount Volcano Manor. He talks about how the serpent's like kind of twisted. Like it sounds like Rykard actually used to be a pretty admirable person. Like if you talk to Tanith about Rykard's goals or whatever, it seems like he kind of just like wanted to oppose the Greater Will and the Two Fingers for pitting everyone against each other by making them fight over grace, which seems to kind of be like what happened. So I think that Rykard had these like really noble intentions, and then the serpent kind of twisted them. I think that that Rykard might have actually been like a relatively good person before. I mean, you know, I say relatively good. I don't think he was afraid to do something blasphemous. I definitely think he did blasphemous things, but I don't think that he started to do blasphemous stuff until the shattering happened, and that's when he decided, like, you know, he said, there's some quote from him that's like, if one can't be, you can't walk in sin if you're not. Basically, you have to be prepared to do what's necessary, is what Rykard, his quote kind of boils down to. No matter what the cost is. And so, I think that that's also why... Nice fight. Thank you. That went really well. I think it's just, I'm glad that I think not playing for a while has kind of... It's helping a lot. I'm not quite as jumpy or edgy about. Like, I used to maybe dodge a little bit too often. Let's talk to this lady.
Please, I can read them. Your fingers. The fingers I served once prophesied a tarnished would one day become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order. Surely you see it too. The gold that enshrouds the heavens. The great tree which begets the pillars of light. Oh, tarnished, hasten to the foot of the tree. And whatever you might face, the fingers will surely guide you.
Right. So what the hell was I talking about? Right, so I think that Rykard was basically prepared to do whatever was necessary to, you know, to win the Shattering. Which is why I think he also had something to do with the Knight of Black Knives, I think. So that's, I think, where he decided, you know, if you're gonna decide to go against God, commit. Okay, let's use our no consequences potion. But now I can't lose runes. Oh, that was terrible. Pretty much the worst that could go. What? I'm alive? Okay. Ouch. But I think Rykard had other people's interests at heart at first. I think that when I say he had noble intentions, I think that Rykard really wanted to be a good ruler, and it sounds like, you know, everyone that followed him like loved him. But then along the way, something happened that changed his noble intentions into it just became all about him. The serpent's greed just sort of twisted whatever he wanted from like being about, oh, I want these things for the people, to like, I want these things for myself, so, or just for wanting, just for the sake of wanting them. That's sort of how I interpreted the whole situation with the two of them. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that the mountain and the serpent had something to do with death, because I'm like 99% sure that those death hexes that Garrus rediscovered are the death hexes of Gelmir that are mentioned in Rykard's Rancor. Because Rykard's Rancor looks almost exactly like the Rancor call spells from the death hexes. And they're also the only other hexes in the game. So yeah, I think that maybe Mount Gelmir and the Serpent represent like an old kind of death from before the Elden Ring, when death was still around. Or rebirth. I don't know. It could be rebirth. The serpents usually, I guess, represent rebirth rather than death, but death is part of that, I suppose. So, okay, so now let's go south and actually get the map like we wanted to the first time. Oh, right, that's right. You said something about remembrances earlier, too. And what's interesting also is that Enya calls it a remembrance of gold. So, I mean, there's something that implies... I feel like there's something there that could imply that, you know, gold can contain memories and like runes are gold and like stuff like that, but it is weird that like remembrances and great runes are separate. I'm not totally sure what to make. I think I might have used to have an idea about that, but I don't remember. That might be something I need to sort of like look into, because that is really confusing. Because yeah, like I'm pretty sure a mausoleum is where in the past a demigod would go to kind of be reborn, because I think that their mind and their souls are inseparable. All they need is a body. So they get them at a mausoleum. They get, you know, spare bodies at a mausoleum. Which is also why like they're headless. Like I think that, you know, the head contains the mind and stuff like that. The head is usually the part that's left of these demigods. They could be as simple as attaching their heads to like a new body. Probably not, but you know, it seems like fending off destined death is important in that process. The outskirt Margit apparition intrigues me. It's totally autonomous to Morgott. I think it's the fact there's an amulet being worn. God, oof, I thought that was... Okay. I think it's the fact there's an amulet being worn by the peasant as it makes it autonomous, as opposed to the one in Stormvale, which is linked to Morgott but only drops an empty talisman pouch. The one that... The Morgott that is here is really weird, for sure. I've never noticed that he wears an amulet. Like, I guess I've never really had a chance to, like, stop and look at him, or I've never had the, like, foresight to stop and look at him before he transforms, or whatever. Is he wearing, like, something that's different than other commoners? Um, and also by autonomous to Morgoth, I guess I'm kind of like curious what you mean about that, because I'm pretty sure not visually represented the Margit. Oh, the Margit drops. Oh, you're talking about the what does it drop? Drops. I literally just picked it up, right? So this was it. This. It's a Viridian Amber medallion. I honestly am really not sure what to make of it. It seems like he has this way of like sort of because I'm pretty sure it doesn't appear if Morgoth is killed, right? Like if Morgoth dies before you fight that illusion, the illusion just doesn't happen. You can't fight him here, I think. So I do think that there might be something to do with like him being able to use other people's like bodies somehow. Like I honestly think that commoners might have something to do with the golden lineage, even though that sounds insane, because I think that Godric is I think that commoners are basically like great like super, you know, like great times 200 descendants of America that are just their blood is super diluted. I think that Godric was one of these commoners, and he is grafting tarnish to himself to kind of in Dark Souls there's this sort of theme of like becoming powerful enough to
linger here
be
as
a
well.
lord.
Shall I share them with you?
And I think that like that is kind of what he's doing. He's gaining power, he's gaining gold or whatever from these tarnished I say gold, grace basically is what he's gaining, grace from these tarnished to try to gain enough strength to be a demigod.
In Marika's own words, I declare
It does.
mine
This one in
intent
Lindell is still
to
alive even
search
if you
the
burn the
depths
urge.
of the
Really?
Golden Order
Not the other one. In
through
fact, Morgoth
understanding
drops the
of the proper
first.
way. Our faith,
Morgoth that
our
drops that first
grace,
Margit's
hidden
talisman
priests.
pouch if you kill it
Those
first.
blissful early days of blind belief are long
Oh, so you're saying
past.
if you kill Morgoth
My
before
comrades,
Margit, he will
why
drop the
must ye
talisman
falter?
pouch. That's interesting. Huh. Yeah, I would definitely need to think about that then, because that is really weird that it would still work without him. That it's like, yeah, like autonomous like that, or automated, however you want to say it. Hmm. Um. Yeah, especially since like everything else that Morgoth sets up goes away when he dies. Like he's got all these seals or whatever that are keeping people out of different areas, like the Forbidden Lands or um, the Chamber of or whatever the place that you can fight Moog the Omen at. The way to the Three Fingers, he's blocked off. All right, and let's get that. Okay, let's actually look at this for a second before we do this, though, because I don't always look at these, and I kind of wish I did. Okay, I'm not really seeing anything that immediately jumps out to me as like something from a specific people. Like, it kind of reminds me of like the Belfries, but I don't know. Oh, okay, so now this map area, or this area of the map is revealed. Cool beans. What is my weapon, like, upgraded to? Plus 16? That's good, I guess. Probably. Maybe I need to do some of those caves, though. I'm probably fine. I think I just want to avoid... Well, okay, before I fight this guy here, I want to fight this godskin over there because, Millicent can help with these bosses, but it has to be done, you know, in the right order. There's also some stuff here that I want to pick up. Wait, do I still... Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Let's try to just get through this. Oh yeah, they also bite themselves and use this blood mist kind of like attack thing, which is interesting. It seems like they might have some weird connection to the Formless Mother, because of the way that they like wound themselves and, you know, use blood stuff. And I've sort of connected I've potentially connected the Formless Mother to the Serpent in some of my other videos. Like, I've kind of wondered if, like, the Serpent, the Immortal Serpent, might be like almost like the envoy beast of the Formless Mother, or something like that. Okay, so there should be some Celebrants stuff around here somewhere. Yeah, I'm actually really interested in, if you do kill DTS before Millicent helps you, she's available for this fight, at least in the current patch. Wait, if you killed the dragon... DTS, why? I'm so bad with the acronyms. I feel like I should know what that is. Dragon something... something? Draconic Tree Sentinel. I was mostly there. Okay, thank you. Oh, so she'll still help you even if you do this fight. Okay, that's good to know. All right, maybe a little... I think there's something over here on the other side. Yeah. Just gotta look out for all these weirdos hiding out here. I could have sworn there was something over here. Whoops. Okay, let's keep on hip-hopping our way over here. Must be another area I'm thinking of, but I know that there is some Celebrant stuff if I take a right up here. To be fair, that fight is disproportionately difficult for this part of the game. It's a hard block into the city. Yeah. And you know what? I don't even mind it either, because, like, it does feel like... I don't know. It's like... You can choose to take out a bunch of demigods before you fight that Draconic Tree Sentinel, or you can just choose to take out, like, 2. So I think it is kind of cool, in a way, that they... They kind of encourage you to kill more than one, for, like, experience or something, at least. Is this what I was... Gold Firefly? No? I did grab Festive Garb from one of them. I could have sworn... God, am I, like, really misremembering that badly? Thought there were goodies over here. It's fine, I guess. Oh god. Okay. So we're calling Millicent. Godskin Apostle was, like, a lot farther forward than I thought he would be. Let's use Golden Vow after this. Give ourselves a little bit of extra defense. So, really interesting thing with Millicent. I am pretty sure... So, okay. I'm pretty sure that the Shamshir was at some point a weapon used by the Blue Dancer. Because the place that we find the Blue Dancer charm in is... It's this, like, dungeon that's... It's in, like, the very first area that you start in, but it's, the Shamshir is also found in that dungeon. And, the Blue Dancer taught Melania. That was Melania's teacher. And Millicent uses a Shamshir that has... It's a special Shamshir that has the Waterfowl Dance skill on it. And she died. Okay, that's fine. Whoops. Miscalculated that. Oh god. If I can get enough jump attacks, I can get him to... Oh. If I can get enough jump attacks in there, I can get him to... I shouldn't be backing up. Ooh, okay. Damn. Oh, that was an early dodge. I will be right back. Just 1 second. All right. I'm back, taking a sip of my drink, and we're gonna beat him this time. Because he cheated, somehow. He cheated because I was using the wrong talismans. So... Okay. Now let's do this the right way. Huzzah! But something that is kind of interesting about... You know, I need to think about that whole Morgott, like the second Morgott thing. Because that is so weird. It kind of reminds me of, like, Moog the Omen. How it seems to be completely autonomous from Moog. But the thing, I mean, that's not like a... It doesn't start out as like a person that gets possessed. Basically. Let's drink our no consequences potion. Oh god, did I miss that? Yeah. Ooh, no, 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 no. Okay, well, good thing there were no consequences for that. He does have some weird hitboxes, though. Wait, who does? Morgott or this Slinky man? Professor... God, I wish I knew the dog's... The hell's the dog's name in Toy Story? You know, the one that... The dog's name is Slinky? That's hilarious. Okay, yeah, so... I feel like we covered that then. Kind of on the nose. Alright, let's wait for Millicent. Then charge in recklessly. Yay, got my runes back, so I can level up this time. Awesome. Drink a little juice. Whoopsie. Huzzah. Take our little golden vow here. Oop, let's back up, back up, back up. Whoopsie daisy. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that that is pretty closely related to the Karian princess's spinning weapon move. Somehow. Damn. Alright. I think we're good. Ooh, alright, we were able to dodge that. Or, by accident. Ooh, God. Oh my... Okay, that's fine. Because I can level up this time. Then we'll save. I think I need some more damage against this guy. So what is 2 points from that, 1 point from that. So let's do that. All right. Good, good, good. Ignore these crones. They do have some interesting patterns on their, like, cloaks, though. So... Don't like that sound. Moog the Omen drops an incantation, and the second Margit drops a unique talisman and is possessing a body. For all we know, even that Moog could have been put there by Morgoth to further protect the path to the Three Fingers. My personal take on that is that the Three Fingers is, like... I think that the Three Fingers is to the Formless Mother as, like, the Two Fingers is to the Greater Will. I think that when Moog stood before the Formless Mother, he was standing before the Three Fingers, because the Three Fingers, like, the Formless Mother bestows power upon a cursed blood, and, who is it? What's her name? Roderica says that, like, all the Tarnished are cursed. I'm pretty sure that they've all been cursed by Marika, and that's a whole other topic, but... So I think that the curse that you're inflicted with affects the power that you get. So, Moog has a different kind of curse, the curse of, like, being an omen, and he... I think his curse, so the power reflected that, and I think that the Tarnished became, you know, they gained the power of the Frenzied Flame because of other reasons that I don't know. I think that is where he stood before the Formless Mother, and I think that is Moog trying to block the way, personally. There's also the thing that, you know, Moog uses, like, a trident, which is kind of like a really specific weapon to use, especially when you're in, like, a universe that, like, even, like, three-fingered birds or whatever, or three-footed birds are considered bad luck. So, like, the number 3 just does not seem to be, like, a lucky number. And then for him to use a trident seems, you know, not insignificant. There's other parts of it too, like, but yeah. Awesome. I need a bigger weapon so I can start just really smacking the crap out of people. All right, finally. The wiki says the second Margit has a bunch of weaknesses, but I'm entirely sure I could get a single bleed proc in my last few playthroughs, similar to how fake Moog is immune to all status effects. I'm gonna look into that tomorrow. Oh, you're entirely sure you couldn't get a single bleed proc in your last few playthroughs? Gotcha. Yeah, I wouldn't think that they're that different, but I guess that is interesting to know. I'm curious. Let me know what you find out about that, because that's interesting.
Ah, we meet yet again.
Yeah, I personally think
truly is a thing of wonder.
it
feels just like my own.
So yeah,
even handling a sword.
I'm trying to remember. There were other things that made me think that the Three Fingers is probably connected to the Formless Mother, but
thus I would have you call upon me
it seems weird that Morgott would put an illusion of Moog down there rather than just another illusion of himself. You know, it's like he uses illusions of himself everywhere else. Why not just there as well? Unless Moog is the one doing it.
I would
And
have to call
that's
upon
my
in
take.
battle. It is the only way.
Especially since, you know, it says something like, you know, he embraced, he found the Formless Mother deep below wherever he was, the place like that he was sort of embraced, and you to get to that area you have to go through the place where you find Moog's shackle, like a piece of Moog's shackle. So it's like Moog went down farther into the earth, like farther into the darkness towards his omen curse, and Morgott went to the surface towards the light, towards the Erd Tree. I've actually never ever thought about that. But I'm pretty sure that the Formless Mother is like a sort of like a darkness, a being of darkness and greater will. I think there's only two outer gods. Honestly, I think it's the Formless Mother and the Greater Will, which is probably controversial, but that's my take. What the hell am I doing? Okay, so I killed this dude. What's my weapon situation? I should be using a greatsword. I need more strength. Okay. Let's go talk to what's his name? Smithy Man.
Well,
Hugh.
I took you for no matter it's out your
I
arms.
took you for dead. No, Matt. Jesus Christ. Yes, poker uses intelligence. Which one of these? Okay, so the forked greatsword. What the hell is that? Oh, I don't want. I don't really want to do that. Okay, so yeah, let's use the knight's greatsword, I guess. Start leveling that up a bit. And then what can I buy? Let's see what stones I can buy. Smithing stone 1 and 2. Oh, I have some. Okay, I have some others. Gotcha. So I am gonna need to go find some more of those. I think that's more or less what I need. Any other heavy stuff, maybe? That or that. Right. Wouldn't go that far, but it's an interesting take for sure. Picking Miyazaki and Tanimura need work, want to study. Why do you guys keep me up at night? Oh, you're saying you wouldn't go that far and like there only being two outer gods, or I can't remember like what I said in the last several seconds, so no, who knows? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I think that the outer gods are able to like, where do I go? Right. I think the outer gods are able to represent, are able to manifest in like a really wide range of ways, and so there are a lot of things that seem like they're coming from different outer gods that are just different aspects of the Formless Mother, in my opinion. That is kind of why it seems like there's more than I think there are. Trying to remember where. I know that there's something up here. Oh yeah, here. All right, let's just go to that one. See what happens. Trying to go to that cave so I can get some upgrade stuff. Cool. And while we're down in this weird little area, I might as well show you guys something weird. Something really weird about these tentacle who's-you-call-its. Okay. So they have, first of all, these cloaks that I don't really like. So I think these used to look like something entirely different, and then they became infested with these worms, and now it's like impossible to tell what they used to look like. But they do have sort of like human-looking ears. If you can't really tell from these, it's the ones in Far Missoula that you can really see their ears. See if I can kind of. Oh yeah, you can kind of see. It's like a human ear on the side of this. So it could even be like some kind of weird human thing that became morphed or sort of, its body became sort of like, yeah, it's the same word that's kind of used for, like the Black Knife and stuff. I think it could have something to do with this sort of distortion of form. But the other weird thing is whatever the hell their walking stick is. It's like, I don't know if it's like a melted off piece of metal or what. It's like one end is weird, like it's been melted or cut off or something, and the other end looks kind of normal. But it's got this strange sort of ornamentation on it, and I'm not sure if it was supposed to be a weapon and they're just sort of repurposing a piece of metal, or I don't know. Yeah, sort of weird thing though. Didn't I? Oh, south. No, south something. Thought I set a marker where I wanted to go. There are some like depictions of these people that sort of seem like very tall and like they have this sort of weird round mouth in Far Missoula. I don't know if it's like a weird. It's so. I don't even. From what I remember, it's like the thing that I was interpreting as something that could have potentially looked like what those worm face guys used to look like. There's something in Far Missoula that it's very much up for interpretation, where it's like, I think that they kind of look like X worm faces, but someone else might be like, absolutely not. That doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't really feel like that's, you know, I would need other opinions, I guess, to maybe feel a little bit more confident in that. Alright, where are we? See if we can jump down and get some loot. Take the dangerous route. Looks like the dangerous route is just extra dangerous for no reason in this particular dungeon. Jesus, I'm trying to I feel like I'm just rocking back and forward in place and not moving. I guess for a second there, that's pretty much exactly what was happening. Okie dokie. Try to scare me with all that fast moving, whipping around nonsense, but nah. Wait, what? Someone behind me? Cool. Alright. One of the really interesting things about these snakes, by the way, sorry, I kind of gave it away, about all the snails, is that all the snails kind of seem like they are actually just weird modified snakes, like with shells. And there's like no exception. Like even the, you know, the skeletal snails have like, snails don't have bones. Snails don't have skeletons. The skeletal snails in this game have like snake skeletons on their neck parts, the parts that look exactly like a snake but like with snail eyes copy pasted on. Whoops. That's interesting. There's... oh, well, maybe that's because of Radagon, but this is on the Altus Plateau. And there's gargoyles here. I don't know what to make of that. Those are all, like, glintstone miners. This is a glintstone cave in the middle of the Altus Plateau. I've never thought about that. Very strange. And they're all using, like, faux sorcery, glintstone items, whatever the hell they're called. So these guys are absolutely associated with the Academy. I'm wondering if this entire valley maybe has more to do with like the Academy and the Carians than we originally anticipated, but I'm gonna have to look around a little bit more before I can actually make a statement like that. That's probably the boss. Grab that first. Drink our no consequences potion. Gulp, gulp, gulp. So also in this room, I'm pretty sure that thing that's in the ground right there is it's a meteorite. That is a meteorite on the ground. Wow, that was fast. Whoa, Jesus. Damn. Close. Got kind of close. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing about the Outer Gods or whatever, I totally understand freaking circus performers for real. But I totally understand the fact that it looks like there's so many different Outer Gods. But I think that just, like, the idea that all these powers look different must mean that they are different Outer Gods, like, providing the source of power is not... that doesn't quite sit right with me, because especially, like, all of Mohg's blood incantations, they're, like, derived from Mohg. So, from what it looks like to me, it's like an incantation is powered by an Outer God and then sort of channeled through someone else. Because it feels like all of the blood omen, or all of the blood... are they called blood omen? They're called blood something. Like, they're all associated with Mohg. Like, they said that they came from Mohg. But we know that, the Formless Mother, or whatever, is the source of his power, truthfully. And I think that's also why she's called, like, the Formless Mother. Like, formless in the way that darkness is sort of a formless... Well... Whatever. I'm not even mad about it. Even a little bit. You know, you'd think I'd be, like, furious about it. Just absolutely furious, but nope. I'm not. Cool as a cucumber. Do I mean the Sanguine Nobles? Wait, what about the... Do I mean what about the Sanguine Nobles? Are you... Did I drink my potion that time, at least? So I didn't lose my runes? Okay, I guess I don't... I didn't hear what you said about the Sanguine Noble. Or maybe I don't understand what you're responding to in regards with the Sanguine Nobles. Oh, if you mean, like, being the enemies whose blood powers stem from Moog. Oh, no. If you read the descriptions for any of the blood incantations, do I have any? Even one? No. I'm pretty sure they all say that they, like, come from Moog. Like, just the blood... Oh, wait, there might be... in the Ashes of War. God damn it. Okay, hold on. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, Blood Oath skill granted by the Lord of Blood. There we go. So all of the Blood Oath skills say that they are granted by the Lord of Blood. Like, he is the source, he is the person from which all of the... You'd think I would learn. How... Do I even have any runes left? Is there something wrong with my brain? Okay, it's near the end of my stream, so I get to blame the fact that my... I get to use the excuse, rather, that my brain starts to turn to mush by the end of the stream. So that's why I'm bad right now. That is, it's not my fault. It's because streaming for a while is why I'm bad. Yeah. Let's go with that. But I'm pretty sure the description of every single blood... Okay, how did that go so much better? But I'm pretty sure the description of every single blood oath, blood incantation, whatever, says that it's granted by the Lord of Blood, or that it's channeled through the Lord of Blood or something. And the way that his spear acts as a, like, object of communion... Why can I not... Right, it acts as like an instrument of communion with his outer god. It reminds me a little bit of the way that, like, the the Glowmite Queen seemed to channel her power through the Godslayer's greatsword. Because it seems like the Godslayer's greatsword is literally where all of the Godslayer incantations power, like, comes from. So I think it actually also used to... I think her greatsword actually used to contain the Rune of Death, personally. But that's a whole can of worms. Ouch. There being a malformed star here definitely cements the idea of what's in the boss room is a meteorite. Yeah, and there's also, like, this is on the floor, or if you fight, this is in the ground near both falling star beasts, the full-grown one and the one by the Altus Plateau. It is in the ground where you fight a, there's a Onyx Lord that you fight before Rykard's Divine Tower. Oh yeah, okay. Something explicitly says, yeah, they rose to life after like a meteorite crashed, similar to they're also living beings made of stone that came to life after a meteorite crashed, similar to the falling star beasts. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's what all these things are. That's what all these floor lumpies are. Oh yeah, there's also one under the ice where we fight Estelle, Stars of Darkness. It's kind of hard to see though because, yeah, under the ice, like I said. Oh, thank God. Okay. Awesome. Now they're both broken. Neither of them really stand a threat. Neither of them are really much of a threat anymore. You can just kind of stagger them to oblivion. There we go. And there we go. So yeah, it's my opinion that, like, maybe a bunch of meteorites fell, and then that was how they sourced a bunch of these, like, primordial living metals or something. Because there's a lot of instances, I think, of these sort of, I think that there are living metals that can inhabit stone bodies in the form of Onyx Lords, Alabaster Lords, and then Ancient Dragons. I think that their bodies are just sort of a vessel that lets them move around, but I think that the gold of the dragons, like all of the quote-unquote dead ancient dragons, like they're supposed to be immortal. I think that's because the gold that is their life, which could be the red gold, which is, said to be close in nature to life itself, I think that red gold is like their actual life, and the primordial gold, as it's called. And I think the Crucible Knights stole that gold and used it for whatever kind of power, and it turned the ancient dragons' bodies into just dead stone. But they're still alive. The gold is still alive and has like life force in it. It's just unable to do anything. Is my take. Like the lapis lazuli from Sekiro. Wait, I don't remember the lapis lazuli. The lapis lazuli. I don't remember how the hell to say that. From Sekiro. I've played it like 1.5 times, 1 3/4 times, but I don't. I might be. Maybe I'm just forgetting.
Well, I took you for no matter, it's all out your own.
Oh no, that's right. I wanted to. It came from a falling star, which might be what caused the damage in the Fountainhead Palace. Ah, okay. That I did not. I never picked up on that. I am not, as they say, smart. Nah. Yeah. I've really dedicated a lot more of my, I guess, energy to this game. That is interesting though. I need to look into lapis lazuli a little bit more. But it's also what I think. I think that so when you hit an unexplored or an alabaster lord, silver blood comes out of them, a silvery liquid. Oh wait, I think I can level up. I am of the opinion that they are ancestors of the night folk that were said to have bled silver, and that they are potentially the source of this, like, however they created the silver tears. Like, I think they might have separated this sort of life force from their bodies and then done on some unspeakable bad shit to it. Let's do something else here. Add some Ashes of War to one of these heavier weapons. Can we duplicate? Let's duplicate some Ashes of War first. Surely I've got some... Oh, this is something... Oh, thanks for the sub, Sylvan Hikari.
Well, where have you? I took you for dead.
There is something that it also seems to imply that ashes contain memories. First, let me. What does that do? Momentary invent. No, I don't want that. Oh, did I just get rid of my last lost Ashes of War before I got to explain the hell? Oh, that's so. I am an idiot. So basically, lost Ashes of War. The description says that they are devoid of memories, and that they go from being, an imitation to, like, the genuine thing. It's implied, sort of, like, when the memories from the other ashes are transferred into these ashes that are devoid of memories. So I think that it's possible that these memories are sort of left behind in the ashes of a person when they're burned somehow, which could have something to do with, like, their memories being lost, or I'm not sure if that's something that can happen anymore since people can't die, but it's really hard to understand how the hell death works in this game, considering the fact that it's not supposed to be a thing, and then people, that are the point of the game is to kind of go around killing people. Ooh. Not sure how to reconcile those two facts. Oh, I'm out. Did I not? Oh, I never actually gave myself the level up. I think I'm going to give myself a little bit more strength so that I can encourage my strength build a little bit more. Whoops. Oh, do I have to actually? Hooray, cool. Okay, so it is 7:54. I could walk around and try to find something to do for another 6 minutes, but that doesn't really sound like the best use of either of our time. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all of your questions, Sylvan Hikari, and the sub, by the way. I'm probably going to be playing Elden Ring a little bit more. I'm trying to get back into it so I can make myself finish my next video. It's about the primordial timeline of Elden Ring, so it's probably going to be split up into several videos, but yeah, it's been taking me forever. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.